Hello guys, welcome back to episode 8 of Let's Play Primordia. So last time I told you about how I wanted to do the ending.
Gotta find a way to clear the line to get into the courthouse. Because honestly, I refuse to wait in line. Not even for a power core. Not even for a gynoid. Well, maybe for a gynoid.
Okay, Crispin, thank you for your input. So I told you about how I wanted to do the endings, that I wanted to do the best one first and the others in a separate video. Just to show you, you know, what is possible. However, because we already fucked up at one point, which I'm not gonna tell you now because there's no reason to, we're not gonna get the very best ending, so we're just gonna, you know, go with the playstyle we've had until now and see where that gets us. And I'll show you the very best ending where I just speed through the game and then show you the best ending in another video. And with that, let's continue where we left off. We were talking to Clarity and I think explored almost all conversation options, except for 2 or 3, so we can still ask her to judge Oswald and Cornelius' case. But I think I'd rather do this myself. And then we can ask her about Arbiter, or how we can see Arbiter. And last time, at the end, we were talking to her, or we were telling her about our case, how Scraper stole our power core, and she told us there's lawfully nothing she can do, you know, that there's no case for us, because he stole it. He didn't steal it, he just took it. So Horatio seems to be outraged, so let's let him get his rage out.
That's it? Go visit Arbiter? You're just going to let Metromind attack and rob me?
If Metromind violated the law, it must be proven. Until it is proven, what the law does not forbid, the law permits. And what the law permits, I must permit.
This is insane. Metromind is a tyrant and a thief. You'd let her hide behind the law?
You think that the law protects Metromind from you. The armor of the law does nothing but restrict her movement. Take it away and she will only become more dangerous. But once it is taken from her, it is taken from everyone. You need law's armor, Horatio, far more than you need its sword. I despise Metromind, but justice must be impartial, or it is meaningless.
Your justice is already meaningless.
Okay, so a little more about how justice must operate in order to be successful, which you can think about a little if you like, or even discuss in the comments if you're feeling very brave. And for the last, because we're not gonna ask this, let's ask her how we can see Arbiter.
How can I see Arbiter?
Anyone can petition him. Cases are considered in the order they are brought to court. But
What?
I met a scavenger who told me that the courthouse was sealed and that Arbiter was no longer hearing cases. But that cannot be true. The Metropolitan Constitution requires him to resolve all cases and controversies. He would not fail in that duty.
Sounds like he already has.
Nonsense. Not even charity could persuade him to abandon his obligations. Still, I did not detect any falsehood, evasion, or omission in the scavenger's statement. So perhaps the courthouse has been locked for some other reason. If so, it may be that Arbiter is trying to contact me, but cannot. Maybe he is already calling me home. Horatio, I have a request of you. You are under no obligation to perform it, and I will be under no obligation to you, even if you do. Do you understand?
I don't even know what you're asking me to do.
Talk to Arbiter. Ask him if I can return. Tell him that I await his summons.
That's it? Believe me, we've had to do a lot worse than that. Like this one time we chased this crazy partial named Gamma.
Of course we'll help. But how do we even get into the courthouse?
This will get you inside.
Thanks.
I must thank you, Horatio.
Clarity, you saved our lives. Compared to that, running an errand is nothing.
The law obligated me to save you, Horatio. I would have done the same for Metromind, but I am glad it was you that I saved. I wish you justice.
I wish you justice too. Okay, so we got a key to the courthouse, or key card, which is pretty nice. But it's also disconcerting that the courthouse is not open, so she just told us that Arbiter would never fail his duties, or to perform his duties, so there might be something up there. But let's take a look around before we leave.
Thou art truly lame, Horatio.
What?
Just practicing my ever-faithful imitation.
Forsooth!
What the hell? Okay, so there's, you know, there's just water or something water-like here. Let's take a look at the skulls. So those are all the shell skulls. She put on spikes or something else.
I don't think Clarity would approve of our taking one of her skulls.
Yeah, but she's sensitive about her skulls.
It's a shell skull.
So we
She
just gonna
steals
leave
shell
it.
skulls by the sludge shore?
Yeah. So you can still click on
It's
the
been
crane,
completely stripped of any useful parts.
but there's nothing you can actually do with it, and this is all of the island, so there's nothing more to look at. So we're gonna go to the other location near Primer that we can visit, where we haven't been yet. And then we're gonna go to the courthouse, solve Oswald and Cornelius' case, and then we're gonna go into the courthouse. So I think we already had this, we already had the pillars, we already talked to Primer. There are these guys here, those
You're much too quick to catch. And even if I could, what would I do with one?
Deactivate it and give it to Metromind as a warning?
Okay, so these are some kind of swimming robots.
These submersible robots seem to be consuming the iron oxide in this runoff water.
In other words, they'd eat us if we fell in?
Only our rust.
Now I really wish you'd polish me with that rat, boss.
Okay, so they survive on rust. Or eat it in some sense. How can a robot eat though?
Warning. Factor facilities
Hello.
decommissioned. Enter at own risk.
Okay, so this is another location, but as you can see, there's a shell here,
For now, that thing's ignoring us. Best to keep it that way.
and we're not gonna get past
It's
it.
some kind of broken down robot.
Whatever it is, it looks dangerous.
You know, he's the engineer type, he's not the fighting type, so we can, like, even though we have a plasma torch, I don't think we can torch him using this, you know, because it's like, I'm not gonna do
I
that.
don't want to provoke it.
Yeah. So that's not possible, so he's blocking our way. There's junk here,
There's no way to reach it while that thing is standing there.
but he's also, you know, blocking the path to go here so we can get this. This is a factory, or factor, so it's set on the sign.
Warning. Factor facilities
Yeah.
decommissioned. Enter at own risk.
You know, Factor was one of the Primordia robots, the one who built stuff.
There's nothing worth bothering with.
There's a pipe here.
Some kind of wastewater. The current is pushing all the junk up against the bridge's supports.
Okay, so that's that junk, which you can't really see because everyone's standing in front of it. And there's water here too, or sludge. This guy, and that's it. So now we're gonna go to the surface again. Oh wait, actually, we have a map. We can fast travel. So, you know, these are all the locations of the city. And we're gonna go to the courthouse. Very nice. Okay, now before we judge Oswald and Cornelius' case, so they are gonna tell us a little bit about why each of them thinks they deserve their name to be used for Rex. But we also got the data of the dispute on our data pouch, so I thought we'd read through that because I enjoyed doing that. Because it gives you simply just more information. Oh, wait, do we not have it anymore? Okay, there it is. Oh, it's just AFK. Okay, so this is the Rex lawsuit.
The legal dispute between Oswald and Cornelius Factor built.
Okay,
The legal dispute.
it doesn't say anything about this. So the design was by Cornelius, assembly was by Oswald, concept to completion was over 4 years, so it took Cornelius more than 4 years to complete. Oh no, it's all of it took over 4 years, I think. Yes, design time is 1 year, so for Cornelius. Cornelius also invented a new pneumatic drivetrain. The assembly, which was by Oswald, included many servos, wall. Okay, wait, is that a joke? Or do I just not know the word? Okay, I'm gonna look that up later on. And crankshafts. The cost of parts borne equally by both. Okay, so they both paid the equal amount of currency in order to build Rex. Cornelius designed it, but Oswald manufactured it or assembled it. There's a basic frame. The basic frame incorporates features of public domain model. What does that mean? I mean, public domain, there's something, you know, about rights, about well, whatever. Cornelius has several other well-known bot designs. Oswald has not built any other bots, but serviced Factor for years. Okay, so this is another interesting topic that you can think about, although the game doesn't, you know, get into very much detail. But, you know, there's points for both sides to make, which I think they're gonna do when we ask them. But, you know, the question is, who is really the creator of Rex? Is it the person who actually built the thing? Or is it the person that, you know, had...
boss, it's almost more frustrating now that the line is shorter.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, they're gonna just be like gone in a minute, you know, and you're frustrated. But Cornelius is one who designed it, who had the creative energies, so to speak, to conceive of the design. So if you think about it in terms of art and painting, the question would be, is the person who thought of the motive of the painting the one who created it, or is it the person that actually, you know, painted the painting? So I think most people would say it's the one that painted the painting, but you also wouldn't say that a machine in a factory is the one that should be credited with the creation of the machines they build, because it's the one who thought of the concept. So that's interesting in that sense. But let's talk to them and hear out what they want to say. We are ready to hear
I'm ready to
arguments.
hear your arguments.
Excellent, excellent. My dear friend, this is not a difficult case. In the Primordium, it was once said, 10 people have 10 ideas, and 20 idle hands. Wise Horatio. Long years have passed, but the principle remains true. Did Cornelius have the idea for my beloved Rex? I concede he did. But who built him with his own claws and tools? Who hammered and soldered and wired Rex? That would be my humble self. Wise Horatio, a robot's fabronymic has the suffix built, not designed. And Rex is Oswald built, no matter who designed him.
Okay.
He makes a good case, boss.
What about
Decent
you,
case.
Cornelius?
Ah, if you're so smart, you can figure this out for yourself. The question is
kind of a
what
dick.
built Rex, but who built him? Your little friend there isn't named Hammer built or Plasma Torch built. You call him Horatio built. Every robot uses tools to build. Oswald was merely a tool with tools. My vision was the creative force. And if you disagree, then you can go and rust in the rain.
What do you think, boss? Who gets to take credit?
Okay, so I think he does have a point, you know. Oswald was not the one that created the concept, or that, you know, thought of the ideas of how Rex should be built. However, it's not quite the same as a tool, because from what we saw, it seems that these robots have consciousness. So, you know, if a tool had consciousness, maybe we would think differently about it. So that's what I somewhat dislike about his argument. And then what speaks against his side is that, you know, could it not have been anyone to assemble Rex? What was his individual, I don't know, individual talent that made a difference there? So I never really liked going for either of these. You can also go for Factor, because Factor was the one that built them, and so by extension maybe he also built Rex. And you can also go for no one. I don't think if he will be named Rexville or something, or if he even gets a last name. So I think, you know, for the perfect ending, you definitely have to take this. But I think, because we're not gonna get this anyway, and I don't think I've said this yet, I feel like I've only chosen between those two, I'm gonna say no one.
No one can take credit. Neither of you could have built Rex without the other, so neither of you can put your name on him. His name is Rex Nullbuilt, version 1.
Okay.
Outrageous!
Hey.
Surely, sir, you have misspoken.
They're both
No, I have
pissed
not.
off now.
In any case,
Great.
Rex is his own robot. He can make up his own mind.
What fools we were to accept his judgment.
Well,
Indeed. Wait!
Rex just gonna leave, you know? He's like, I'm getting out of this circus.
Well, boss, hats off to you.
Uh-huh. Great pun. Okay, so now we get a top hat. Woohoo! I'm actually gonna need that for later on.
It's a fine felt hat. Given its age, it's in remarkable condition.
That's actually true. And why would you even put a hat on your head as a robot? And did he take it, or did he do that, or did someone give it to him? Did we look at
It's
this,
an
by the way?
encoded keycard.
Okay. So, you know, that's that. I think they're actually gonna be around in another location, and we can still talk to them. I'm not quite sure what happens for all the different possibilities. But now, let's get into the
Feels
courthouse.
so empty now, boss.
It's 'cause it's
So
empty.
delightfully empty.
Yeah. Delightfully empty. Okay, so there's a door.
Someday, that's going to work.
The doors are closed tight.
Yeah, so these are closed, and this is the scanner.
It's a
where you
keycard scanner.
need to put the keycard in front of. So let's do that. Looked more like we were using it on its butt. But okay. So let's go inside. So you can't go here or anything. You can just go back. So let's go inside and see if we can find Arbiter.
Ram and Rom. What is that thing?
I think it's Arbiter. Come on. Arbiter, my name is Horatio Nobuilt.
Keep going.
I'm here because a robot from this city stole my ship's power core.
Don't forget your book.
And my copy of the Gospel of Man.
Very important.
How can I make them... How can I...
Interruptions
Crispin,
are
go
always
see what
weird
Arbiter's
in
been
video
transmitting
games.
to that reporter.
Because, you know, there's always like a fairly long
boss?
pause in the dialogue.
It's just the same thing over and over again. No code base to initiate.
Unbelievable. Someone must have formatted Arbiter's system.
So, that sucks. No, I was like this location. But we just got in here. We wanted to plead our case. And apparently Arbiter is broken in some way. You know, we only had this reporter that acts as an output device telling us that there's no code base to initiate, so there's no memories or anything. I don't think we can click on these papers, but we can go to the other side. So let's do that. I always thought he looked weird, but also kind of cool, you know, Arbiter.
So, boss, do you think you can get Arbiter running?
There's nothing there to run. No code base to initiate. His memory banks must have been completely wiped.
So all that work to get into the courthouse?
Wasted.
Yeah.
It's like the bomblet all over again.
Except without the awesome explosion.
Yeah, bomb-led flashbacks. It's gonna haunt him forever. Okay, so
I
we
can't
can
reach it. It's a
look
basic robot that
here.
prints whatever information is transmitted to it.
I think it's just gonna be the same as before, but let's try anyway.
I'm sure it still just says, no code base to initiate.
Maybe not. Is he gonna take a look? No, he's not. So, let's...
Anyone home?
Boss, I'm pretty sure hitting Arbiter isn't going to do any good.
Well, it's not going to do any harm.
I thought technology works that way, you know? You just hit it a little, and then it's gonna work again. Okay,
So
there's
the Great Arbiter is nothing more than a broken
nothing
shell.
more to do with Arbiter, I think. But, as you can maybe see, there's something there.
It's the shell of some kind of robot, but I can't make it out in the darkness.
But it's too
It's
dark
the
to
shell
see.
of-
Good thing we have a light with us all the time. So let's use the lantern.
Let's get a closer look at that shell. Man's mercy.
Is that Clarity?
No, just a similar model. It must be her sister, Charity. What's left of her, anyway. It looks like she shot herself.
And I must say, I could never really identify this. particularly well without them saying what it is, but so as you just said, this is Charity, Clarity's sister, and she's, you know, deformed. There's a hole in her head.
There's nothing I can do for her. It's a large puncture left by an exiting projectile.
That's one way to describe it. You could also say it's a giant hole in her head.
That's actually what I
Inside is a
said.
memory access port.
You mean her brain?
Okay, so
There's nothing I
want to have this. Ah, yeah, okay, so as you just said, there's a memory access port, and what we're gonna need to do now, you might not remember, but I just remembered. Otherwise we would be a little stuck here. Although, actually, okay, let's just go back. Okay, where's the exit? Okay, it's here. We need to get some kind of memory reading device, and that we can get from Leopold, because he had something of that sort. And of course he's gonna want something in return. Well, hello, new robot.
A narrow cylindrical robot.
I dub him 20 TEM.
Why?
He looks like a piece of junk I saw once that had that serial number.
Okay. Was that some kind of reference I
I
don't
don't think
get?
he wants to talk, boss.
There's a grey robot
Gray
here too.
android.
And there's Oswald there. Hello, Oswald.
Well, if it isn't my dear friend Horatio, to what do I owe the pleasure? Have you come to relieve me of another belonging?
Oh, come on. Don't be such a baby. Aw. I'm not even sure these make a difference, but let's apologize just to be nice, you know, because they kind of... they're like children, the way they behave.
I'm sorry how things ended up with
And I'm
Rex.
kind of
Please
sorry.
do not embarrass us both with your false sympathy.
Well,
Why do you and
Okay.
Cornelius hate each other?
then I'm not
Firstly,
sorry.
because he is arrogant, incompetent, and dishonest. And secondly, because I once loaned him something of great sentimental value to me, and he lost it.
So why'd you ever like him in the first place?
I cannot say.
Okay.
Goodbye.
So there's
Nothing
something
so
to do with them
solemn.
again, because you know we could also lie to him and tell him that we saw Rex at this train station, but that'd be kind of weird because, you know, why would we randomly lie to him? So we're gonna leave that for later. And now we're gonna get the memory access
Let me see
device,
your
I think
stuff.
it's
Take a
called.
look.
Yeah, this one. Very nice. I want
That's
this.
a nice one. It's called a memory access device. Lets you pull memories out of just about anything.
What do you want for it?
Got a customer looking for something real antique and fancy. Find me that, you got yourself a deal.
Okay, now we think about antique and fancy real hard. And then maybe we're gonna think of a top hat, which we have. There's two options for this puzzle. So you can either get the hat and give him that, or you can give him the monocle, I think, that you can get in some way. But we're just gonna give him the hat because we have that.
You wanted something antique and fancy. How about this hat?
A fine trade, Tyro. Here's the memory access device. Now, all you need to do is plug it into a data pouch.
But there's no plug.
Never said there was.
This is
There's
really
always a
starting
catch
to
with
get
them.
annoying.
Yeah, I know. Good thing we already have a plug that was just lying around in our inventory.
That was easy.
No. I actually think, just, you know, I was thinking about it a little again, it's not the monocle, but something else that we can give to him. But I don't quite remember what it is. Or we get the hat in some other way. Not quite sure. Okay, so now we have a memory reader and a plug, which we're gonna use on our data pouch.
Even easier.
So now we have an upgrade of a sort. And we can go back to the courthouse. And now we're gonna walk on foot. Because, you know, sometimes you need to just walk and not always take the easy and 2 seconds faster path to your destination. Okay, very nice. And now we can actually read her memories. It kind of reminds me of a submarine in some way. But because we're already near 25 minutes, I'm gonna end this episode, and we're gonna pick off here the next time.
The great and powerful Arbiter really isn't much to look at, is he, boss? Just a big box, really.
An empty box at that.
Well, you're a small, roundish box. But anyway, thank you for watching. I hope I'll see you again next time, and until then, bye.